So here we are looking at the Capita Navigator. You know, years ago I had the Charlie Slasher 64, way too much board for me. Would have loved the Charlie Slasher 58, but it was a fun powder board for the price point. And this is just kind of the evolution of this Charlie Slasher, you know, a little different nose, a little different tail, but it's got that same kind of, well, let's take a look at the base here. The base, you know, just nice, clear base with a cool graphic underneath. Got some weird stuff on the table, my apologies. But anyways, just clear P-Tex base, but here's the camber profile. You can kind of see it's just basically flat to a mellow early rise. And that's just like the Slasher was. The Slasher had a little more kick, but this, you know, you never know. This is a demo model, so when you're looking at the production models, it might be a little different. I just love this like directional, you know, kind of slightly tapered, you know, somewhat tapered directional, you know, feel to this board. It's, you know, it's another board at a good price point. And the thing that really makes me like this board over the old Charlie Slasher is how much the flex tech that Capita's put in over the years has changed the boards. Just they keep just evolving the materials to give a better flex and an easier ride. I'd rather be on a 58, but this is a 54. And let's get into, you know, like how far back on board this is. And this is, you know, all the way set all the way back. You're looking at about 21 3/4, and you know, going off the reference stance, you're looking about 21. So it's going to be a little further back when set all the way, a little wider when set all the way back. But you're looking at just about 22 1/4 and 16 1/2. So yep, 16 1/2. So that's 5.75 back on board. That's a good bit. That's more, let's see, it's more than the Black Snowboard of Death. It's more than all of the Capita boards in terms of setback on board. So you know, you're getting pretty far back. And you've got a lot of directional float, and you've got a little taper in the tail. You know, it's still not terrible as a directional board for being, you know, for taking its switch, but it's definitely not like ideal, like, you know, comparing this to, let's say, like, oh, I don't know, a Capita Mercury or something like that when it's centered up, or they're twins, but it's doable. And you know, even a Black Snowboard of Death is better switch than this, but it's cool. And all in all, you get, you know, pretty good taper, pretty good directional float for this price point. And it's a great board for those that are looking to quiver up, to add, you know, something for powder. I would say this is more pure powder as opposed to just going, you know, like getting a snow surfer kind of daily driver kind of thing. I'd look to something else with some camber in it, or, you know, somewhere in some way, shape, or form in the bend, or some other tech that makes it really fun to turn, because it's good for flat to rocker, directional flat to rocker, but it's not ideal. So there you have it, the Navigator. I was glad to get on it this year, and here it is under the pretty lights.